both you and Chris have interesting choice of shirts today. I don't know if you've seen his yet, but
I haven't seen his yet.
you'll
What
have
is
to
it?
check it out. It's what did it say, guys? It was O.J. Simpson with the gloves, and anyways, just look it up.
Oh, if it don't fit, you gotta quit.
Basically. So, can you explain yours?
Huh?
Can you explain your shirt?
That's what I'm coming to do on Saturday. I'm coming to clap his cheeks. Plain and simple. I'm gonna give it a whirl.
So it's been about 5 months since we've seen you. Is that a good amount of time for you to be off, or did you want to fight sooner?
No, I look forward to the time off now. I'm getting older. Kids are getting older. So I like to spend time at home more. So, yeah, the time off is really nice. It's a lot. It's a change of pace. But I'm at a point in my life now where it feels right. So, yeah, I enjoy it.
So I know you were supposed to fight Marvin Vettori. When you heard that it was going to be Chris Curtis, what were the changes that you had to make, or of any, for this fight camp?
I think Chris is a lot more technically capable in the striking realm. He's been around a long time, fought a lot of good guys. He's game as they come. So more mental. I had to prepare in a whole different realm mentally. But again, Chris is how he approaches the fight. His IQ is better. He's got better technical abilities, in my opinion. So I would say Chris is a lot tougher test than Marvin is. So it is what it is. We've faced each other before, obviously, and we only had a couple days or whatever to prepare, if anything, and now we have a little bit more time to prepare for each other. So we'll see who can make the adjustments, and we'll see what happens.
Do you think that's going to be the biggest difference this time around? Just the fact that you were able to actually prepare for him, whereas you weren't before?
For sure. I think my preparation is what makes me me. The way that I prepare mentally, physically, emotionally is just what just makes me me. That's what allows me to go do what I need to do and be the best that I can be. And as I always say, I can't control the outcome of that fight on Saturday, but I can control my preparation. My preparation has been the best that I could possibly get. I feel great, and I'm ready to go test the waters. I'm ready to go see if I am as good as I think I am, and I'm ready to go test. I believe the first one was a fluke, and I'm ready to go test that.
Do you think that he's changed as a fighter since that first fight, or do you think he's the same?
I think he's the same. I think he approaches every guy a little bit differently with his tactics, but I still think he's the same guy. He's a crisp boxer for the sport of MMA. He's tough. He's game. His takedown defense is good. But we haven't really seen much else, you know. He's coming off of a close win, a very close win over one of my teammates. And, yeah, it's going to be what it's going to be.
What did you notice in that fight that you maybe, I mean, you don't want to give away secrets, I'm sure, but what did you notice in his last fight that maybe you're able to use for this fight?
Me and Mark are totally different guys. How we approach fights, how we fight is a lot different. I think I'm a lot more technical, whereas Mark's a gritty guy. He likes to get in there. He likes to make it a real gritty fight. And I'm more of a tactician. Can I do that kind of fight? Of course. Do I want to? No, because I feel I'm that good that I shouldn't have to make it a barn burner or a war. That's just how I look at it. But, again, at this level, it may have to happen. But for that specific fight, I hear a lot of people thinking like he took Mark lightly, and I don't know. That could be the case. I'm not in his head, but he still looks exactly the same. I think Mark started opening up at the end and putting a lot of pressure, making it kind of a dirty fight. And Chris is one of those guys that's kind of like his action as far as his pressure with his strikes and everything, they kind of go like a roller coaster. Sometimes he's going to put a lot of punches together. Sometimes he's only going to get you with one. He'll lay off the gas a little bit. He'll put it back on. So he's very good at changing the pace of the fight and making it his pace. And that's going to be a difference here. I'm coming to control everything. It's on my terms. And that's how I've been approaching all my last fights, and I'm not going to change it now. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
What would this win mean to you?
It's just another win. I'm not putting any emphasis on anything. Yeah, I lost to the guy. I was winning until I wasn't on that one. It is what it is. He caught me. Stay in this game long enough, everyone's going to get caught. Again, I feel I'm better. I feel I was better then. I'm definitely better now. And I'm just going to test that. Other than that, I just really want to get a win. My niece is going to be here. My daughter's going to be here. My mom's going to be here. Yeah, I'm just ready to do that and go enjoy the city. This is their first time here, so everything matters on winning for me. I just want to win, and I don't care how. It could be a 5-round boring fight, which me and Chris aren't going to do that, but it could be, and it is what it is. A win's a win, and we'll see what's next.
Is there any part of you that wants to finish him quicker than he was able to finish you?
Yeah, my ego or my competitive side does, but I'm not going to rush anything. I know how durable Chris is. Everyone probably knows how durable he is. His defense is really well. So, yeah, of course I want to, but I'm a realistic kind of guy, and I'm going to go out there, and if it presents itself, it presents itself, and I'm going to take it. If it doesn't, then I'll just beat him for 5 rounds everywhere the fight needs to go.
I know you don't want to look past him, but do you have any goals for 2024 that you've already set for yourself?
I want to be champion. I just need the opportunity. Every time I get an opportunity to go up, it always is taken from me. So I just want a shot at the belt, but the way the division's looking right now, you never know. You never know what's going to happen. It could be right place, right time. So I don't know. The way it looks is like the only person open after this above me is Sean. So that'd be good to run that one back. I mean, I had a tour of them, Sean, then Chris. So now go back around and it'd be Chris, then Sean. That'd be pretty cool. But I don't know. Honestly, I'll sit back and look after Saturday night. I'm not looking past Saturday at all. I know the tough test that I have ahead of me. And there's a lot that surrounds this. This is kind of one of those things where it's all the marbles type deal. So I'm just focused on Chris.
Thank you.
Brendan, so when you hear Marvin obviously Marvin was your ticket into the top 5. When he pulls out, how bummed were you? Because you look at your track record, a lot of people, like you just said, your ticket up the other rankings get pulled out. How bummed were you?
If I beat Chris on Saturday, I'm still going to be number 5 next week. Like, you shouldn't be able to stay where you're at after being out for so long and then pulling out of fights. And other than that, I don't really care. I'm going to go up. I'm going to move up, and then it's old news from there. You could have fought me last year, could have fought me this weekend. So kind of see you later, buddy.
Obviously, it's a rematch, and you've said throughout your career, like you would like to fight the people that beat you just so that you can get it back. So I guess when it was presented to you, like, was it kind of like a no-brainer because you can get this one back?
It's a weird spot right now. It's hard to put personal, business, competitiveness. It's hard to put all that in the same circle. So it was kind of like, I want to. My ego says yes because I want to get this back, even though it's super nerve-wracking. Like, the guy he caught me once. Like, I've been in there with him before, so that takes a little bit off. Like, I know his speed, I know his power, I know his movements. Like, I know those things. And even though his movements can change a little bit, it's not going to be too much. It's still nerve-wracking. Like, what happens if I go out there and lose to him this weekend? Then I have to look at myself in the mirror and be like, man, does this dude really have my number? Like, shit, this sucks. Like, it's a weird situation, but obviously I'm up for the task. It was a weird situation, though, because, like, business-wise, I want to go up. I want to go up. I've been defending my spot for, it feels like forever now. Again, they always, like, the spot gets taken from me outside of my control, outside the UFC's control. Like, obviously, I'm very thankful that the UFC went out and still found me someone. And I still get to show up here. I still get to compete. I still get to get paid. So it is what it is at the end of the day. I'm a fighter. I'm supposed to fight, and that's what I do. They tell me they want this fight. Well, here I am.
Chris hasn't been submitted since 2011. Andre Muniz had never been submitted until you submitted him. So when you look at someone like Chris, like during training, do you kind of game plan on like how you can catch him, or is that something that you're just gonna have to try and figure out during the fight?
Yeah, I try to visualize. I try to visualize in my head. But Chris is, like I said, he's a really tricky guy. Like, he's short, so he's harder to shoot on, and I'm tall, so it's a little bit, different. And I never come into a fight looking to just shoot. I never come to wrestle. When you try to wrestle me, then we'll wrestle on my terms, or I'll shoot to make you think. But I never really like force the takedown. So I feel if I get him on the ground and I get him on his back, he's got a little bit different. I don't care who he's fought. It's not me. So that's a whole different realm. It's a whole different environment. You might work on the ground with a lot of good guys. You might do this or that. But me on top, it's a different ball game. Even if you survive the round, great. But you're going to look totally different about everything, how you're going to view the fight with takedowns and trying to be defensive and your approach to push pressure on me and just being under me. The pressure that I give is just different. The way that I set up my strikes, my ground and pound is just different. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if we get there. Maybe we do, maybe we don't.
He was the last person to beat you. Obviously, you haven't lost since. What about that fight, I guess, changed your outlook, and what made you not lose again?
I think it was just more I realized that I needed to go work on my mentality and how I approach that. We train for everything but the mental part. And so working on my mental and being able to cope in different ways has really helped me. And that's what I focused on. Not specifically after that fight. It was after the Malkoon fight that I really went out, found someone, and dove into that. But that fight was another big piece. There was a lot of things going on outside of the fight, and it is what it is. He was a better man that night. He caught me. It is what it is. Now we're back, and we'll run it back, and we'll see if I can do what I'm supposed to do.
Purple shorts. How happy are you that you finally got him? And I guess was it worth asking for him for the last 1,700 fights?
I got white with purple lettering this time, so they said it'll take a process. But eventually, I don't know. Eventually, probably there'll be whatever color you want, But this one will be white with purple letters, and it's cool, man. It's cool to get all the eyes and this and that. And it's not. It's kind of like you feel like you earned it. At least where I'm at, I'm not one of these guys that only have a couple fights here or a couple wins, and then I'm asking for all this stuff. Like, I think I'm 11-2 in the promotion. So, yeah, it's cool, but it only matters if you're winning. That's just the sad truth in this business. Nothing matters unless you're winning or you're Conor McGregor.
Today it was announced that you're in UFC 5 now. That you got put in the video game. Were you happy about that?
I mean, yeah, another thing, it's cool, but I mean, they put 30 other people, so it's not like, oh, you're just getting this one, or you're with 3 other people. Like, there's 30 other people, So, yeah, it is what it is. It's cool, It's cool to say you're on a video game, but I'm not one of these guys. It's like, oh my God, like I don't know. It is what it is. I guess maybe I'm just in the weight cutting and fight mode right now, that way I'm not too affected by it. I don't know. We'll look at it next week. Again, I'm just super, super focused on the task at hand, and I'm just trying to put Chris away. That's really all that's on my mind. I want to win, but I want to put him away.
Since your last fight, there's a new champion in your division. I guess what are your thoughts on Dricus as a champion?
I think he was given that. I don't think he took it from the champion. In my eyes, you need to take the belt from the champion. I think a prime example is Sean versus Izzy. Like, he went out there, he gave him the fight. Was it a 5-round fight? And he gave it to him the whole time? Yes. Did he finish him? No, but he still took it. There was no debating the fact that he beat Izzy. I don't think you can say the same for Sean and Dricus, but But yeah, man. I if I get my opportunity, which obviously someone's gonna have it before me, I think it's an easy night in the office. And obviously, I don't mean easy as it's a walk in the park. Every fight is a fight. It's tough. Anything can happen. But as far as stylistically on the matchup, I don't think he has what everyone else has, a puncher's chance. He beats me nowhere else.
There's been some rumors that him and Izzy are probably going to fight. What do you think of that matchup? Do you think Izzy deserves that fight with him, or do you think they're kind of just giving it to him?
No, I think they need the star power. I heard it might be in Perth, and obviously Izzy can sell over there for sure. He's still got star power. Izzy does. So, and they had their little beef back and forth. So I guess they're trying to build off of that. But I think, in my personal opinion, I think Sean and him should have to run it back. I think they should have to see who the real champ is. He's the champ now, so I think Sean would have to go and beat him convincingly. But that's way above my pay grade. I'm just trying to go beat Chris, and then I'm trying to get a title shot. And if I can't get a title shot, then Sean would be my next obvious opinion, because I think he should be the one fighting for the belt. So to go out there and beat Sean, one, I right that wrong, too. And bigger than that, I know for a fact that I should be next in line for a title if I beat him.
Hamza and Robert Whitaker was announced for Saudi Arabia. Who do you got in that fight?
I don't know. I would say Robert. I think he's been at the top for a while. I think he's got his mentality fixed from whatever happened, he said, with Dricus, but it is what it is, man. It makes no difference to me. To be honest, it makes no difference to me. I'm just looking at, again, I'm looking at Chris, and then we'll see what's next, but they're out of my reach unless they're champion, just because of the fact of timelines and how that would have to work. So Sean seems realistic, depending on when they want him to fight, because if it's International Fight Week, that's like, for me, that's super soon. I'd literally have to go home and get ready to go right back to camp, and I have a lot of things to do in May at home. So we'll see. And
then finally, when is Tugo going to get in the UFC?
We're waiting for Tuco to get into the UFC. Waiting on Mick, Hunter, Sean, whoever, Dana. We're ready to put him in there. He's ready to go, and we're lacking in the 205 division, so we need new blood. He's new blood. They like going to England. He's a Londoner. He's a real Londoner, and no matter what, win or lose, he's going to come out there and he's going to put it on the line, just like me. So always a fan favorite. I mean, only thing that sucks is he's kind of ugly. So.
Brandon, I just got one back here. When Chris Curtis was in here before, he respectfully said, like, when you guys first fought, you didn't need to evolve. You already had top contender skills in that first fight. I was wondering, do you agree with that, or do you think the experience since then was very important for your future goals?
No, I think that's accurate. I think my mentality and, again, everything that was going on at that timeline really affected me. I didn't know how to tune that stuff out, and I didn't know how to deal with my own emotions from, again, another a ranked guy pulling out a week before. Just all the things that surrounded that fight was what hindered me. It was never the abilities. It was never the technical abilities or anything like that. So, but again, the experience only does nothing but help. But I had a wealth of experience before getting here to the UFC. I've had 5-rounders. I've had tough guys. So there was nothing new, to be honest, getting here or being here. Isn't, I don't know. I can say it now that I've had, 13 fights here. Like, it just feels normal now. Like, I honestly wouldn't know how to act going back to a regional show. It would feel just really, really weird after being here so long. But the experience definitely helped. But now I'm able to show more of my skills and more of my abilities. And again, I'm looking to go out there and just test them. I'm ready to see. I'm excited to see if I am as good as I say I am, if I'm better than him like I think I am. But again, that's no knock against Chris. I like Chris a lot as a person, as a human, as a man. I have a lot of respect for him. But this is just what I need to do to further my career and take that next step. I just feel it's my time, and I'm going to go out there and try to do just that. I'm trying to put him away, and I'm trying to move on to the next thing.